this woman her husband and wrote a book about it. Now this is Rouri Richins and she's from Utah. So she's married to this guy Rouri Richins and together they have 3 adorable boys. Now they live in this really nice house and even have regular vacations because my guy Eric, he's doing well. Like he's doing really well. Eric was into the business of buying houses, renovating them and flipping them for a profit. And by some luck, he had managed to flip houses worth millions of dollars. So when I say they were living the dream, they were. But Rouri, on the other hand, was not doing so well. You see, she had tried to do what Eric was doing and the millions were just flying over her head. I mean, there's no problem with that, right? Because she has a husband. He has her back. Yeah. No. You see, allegedly, Eric had been cheating on Rouri and Rouri, she found out. And then she flipped on him. Now, this threatened to ruin their relationship, but Eric felt really guilty about it. And so the two went to therapy to settle things, iron things out. But here's the first plot twist. You see, behind Eric's back, Rouri was also having an affair with this guy, Joshua Robert. Now, Joshua worked for Rouri and sometimes he also worked her out, if you know what I mean. Now, maybe because the two were concentrating more on the tatas more than doing the actual work, Rouri's business kept going downhill. And soon, she was drowning in debt. And I'm not talking a few $100s. I'm talking millions of dollars. About 3 million, if I'm not mistaken. But if you remember, Eric, her husband, was doing very well. But this made Rouri resent Eric. Like, she really began to hate him. He was making a fortune and she was losing a fortune. It's easy to say that greed stepped in. You see, she wanted his money, but she could not do what most millionaire wives did. Basically, she could not just divorce him and take half of his property. Why, you might ask? Well, you see, before the two of them got married, they signed what is called a prenup. For those of you that don't know what a prenup is, it's an official document couples sign before marriage stating that in case of a divorce, everybody leaves the marriage with their individual asset. Meaning, even if she divorced Eric, she would get nothing. Well, except her debts. However, a prenup has a small loophole. You see, if a spouse were to die, their assets naturally go to their surviving spouse. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, don't you? Eric was more useful to Rouri dead than he was alive. Now, I don't know why she did not just present her problems to her husband. Who knows? It might have helped. After all, she was the mother of his 3 sons and was really trying to work things out in their relationship. But what I know is this. She really tried to unalive him. And I mean more than once. Like twice she got it wrong. Like there was this time she tried lacing his sandwich with fentanyl and it did not work. And the same drug another time again. Something about not getting the dosage right. But you know what they say? You can always try again. Yeah, and so she did. And on one beautiful night, Eric suggested a celebration for this beautiful mansion he was about to flip for yet more millions. And Rouri took the opportunity to poison his cocktail. Yeah, he was not dodging this one. But what is most peculiar is when he was unalived, she did not call the police immediately. Instead, she went into one of her son's rooms and wasted a lot of time. She needed to allow all the poison get into all the good spots. Apparently, she must have been tired of trying again and again. Well, when she was sure it was no longer moving, that was when she called the police and the waterworks began. Now, I like to call this the showman period. The time for tears and grief and all that. People need to see you in pain for your dead husband. And there I say, Rouri played it well. Like she played it a little too well. She went so far as to write a damn book about her grief. Like seriously, woman. And so she wrote the book and then she went on live television to promote it. Now, this book, a children's book, by the way, was about her kids coping with grief and telling them that even though their dad was unalived, he was now an angel and was watching over them. But as beautiful as that sounded, Rouri was playing hotball back home. You see, she now had all the money to herself. Bonus marks. She had even faked Eric's signature while he was alive for life insurance. So, she had cashed out big. But this was when she got into a fight with this girl, Amy. Now, Amy was Eric's sister, and she claimed that all of Eric's assets were hers. Now, when I say claimed, you guys might think maybe she just wanted his property. No, she came with papers. You see, Eric had been smart and noticed his wife moving funny around the time they were at therapy. And so he brought his grievances to his mother and his father, and they agreed he transferred all his assets into a secret trust, naming his younger sister, Amy, as his heir. Yeah. Rouri did not know about this. It was all behind her back. So you can imagine how shocked she was knowing that all the money she had gotten was going into Amy's pocket. And so the two got into a fight. I mean, like real blows. Like this happened over a safe containing thousands of dollars and some asset papers that Rouri wanted access to, but Amy would not allow her, apparently. So Amy got injured in that fight and then she pressed charges. And this is when the the true investigation began. Ladies and gentlemen, it was deep. Firstly, the autopsy report on Eric's body came back and the result showed that he was poisoned. Amy, his younger sister, took it upon herself to further hire a private investigator, and then they found the forged signatures on the life insurance. They even found the person Rouri bought the fentanyl from, which happened to be a maid, this woman called CL. And you see, CL, she had a very shitty past with the police, and you best believe she don't want any of this smoke. So CL, she spilled the tea fast. It turned out that all the time CL had sold fentanyl to Rouri matched with the time periods Eric had gotten poisoned. Furthermore, Joseph, Rouri's secret boyfriend, he testified against her in court. You see, they even brought up messages like this one. Feel free to pause and check it out. So without the mounting evidence, Rouri is found guilty on all charges and is set to do time for life. So that's all, guys. Make sure to follow, subscribe, depending on the platform you're watching from, and I'm going to be giving more stories, so peace. Oh yeah, check out my affiliate links on that, for cameras, security and stuff.